just kind of like make sure that everything else like doesn't affect like the sort of commitments that we have, like committed dates and everything.
Yeah.
Always gotta make sure you're booking like time off and stuff.
It hasn't really affected mine very much, to be honest. Sometimes, like, very occasionally, people like recognise me from the band, but that's very occasionally. But it hasn't affected my life in any way.
I'm just the bassist, so that doesn't happen to me.
Okay. It's just a good hobby, isn't it? Like,
A grand old hobby.
It makes me like it's. The band's always on my mind, so I guess
Definitely,
it does affect my life.
actually, no, you know what? It's a very good release. Like that couple of hours of practice a week is a very good
It's good to
place away from everything else.
Yeah.
Just jam some tunes.
It's the best thing in my life, so I guess it does affect my wider life. I guess I'm just chatting rubbish.
Just give me some real purpose, man.
Also, you get to tell everyone that you're in a band, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
The coolest. Definitely, yeah, because we're always sharing tunes back and forth with each other and stuff. So
Good point. Plus, like playing with like bands that we support and stuff, like might open us to like their music and stuff. So I definitely listen to like quite a lot of like sort of like other Scottish bands that are like a couple steps ahead of us.
I don't know if it's affected mine in any way. I feel like I would have already, like, for me, if I'm listening to music, it's a very different thing than making it. It doesn't really affect it in any way. Like, if I wasn't in the band, I just feel like I'd still go through that like process of discovering new artists.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it inspires the writing more than the writing inspires listening.
I just kind of feel like being involved in in a band has made me more open to sort of more, I wouldn't say like widespread music. I wouldn't say international music, but like, sort of like like on the national scene. It's definitely opened me to that.
yeah. I mean, case in point is like we're playing with Baby Strange tonight, and I probably wouldn't have heard of them if I hadn't been playing the same festival as them.
Does that mean you're going to start listening to them regularly?
I have listened to them regularly since 2 years ago when I played with them at the same festival. Thank you very much.
With what band is that? Never heard of them
The
before.
Cleftions.
Sorry.
Was it? Can't remember now.
I can't remember.
Never heard them before.
I was
You
in the
guys
same
talk
band,
about
I
it
don't know.
anytime.
We've been working on playing to a click track, so it means that the songs are always the same tempo to the recordings and things, and we find it really helps it sort of time the set and stuff.
Just makes you tighter as well.
And working on sort of like smooth transitions between songs and stuff. I suppose another step would be implementing a sample pad.
Yeah.
For Mr. Banzahia over here.
Yes, with the use of the backing tracks and the click, it allows us like in the future to implement more backing tracks if necessary.
Yeah, backing tracks and like overdubs from the studio recordings from the songs, so just to make it a bit more immersive, I suppose. But that's definitely a next step. It's not happened yet, but
and I think definitely kind of working on it being a transition between each song rather than one song stop.
Yeah, like having like a wee
flows.
story before each song, just to make it a bit more fluid.
Yeah, it's more of like one sonic journey rather than like a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, where it's like start and stop. And stop.
I've been thinking a lot about your lips.
They matter too much to us, I think, that like to not put them out. But we've got a lot of songs that are now like we could say that our sound's a lot different, and like it's like we felt like we had to like at least give those songs some sort of credit and justice where we like put it out. That's what I thought anyway.
Well, I would like to add something, if I may.
Go for it.
That is that chances are if you've been having a song in your set for over a year or more, chances are it's probably quite a good song, and therefore makes sense to release it, because if you like it, maybe some other people will.
And I'm sure like any musician out there relates where like if you're playing it over a more longer period of time, ideas can pop up months down the line, changing this part, adding in this little detail that make it just an overall more polished piece of work.
Yeah.
But I also feel it's a reflection of the time scale that's involved with coming out with like recording songs and putting them out, because it's like you're talking in like a scale of like months and stuff, so then you always like sort of have to like project ahead by like a good couple of months, so it kind of comes from that. I mean, I suppose if like the second tune we put out, Lover, that was like written like quite spontaneously. Between that being like a finished song and being recorded, it was like a very like short period. Yeah, but then with the single that came out after that was like Streetlights, and that was like probably like one of the oldest songs, along with the Way You Move, like the latest one.
Yeah,
that's like probably the two of the oldest ones. But it has went through quite a few like revisions and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
so it sounds like completely different compared to how it was when it was originally written.
I'll say one thing as well, that the sound's changed, I'd say, but like obviously we'll still play the old songs. The songs are out, so like, you know, they're not old for the listener. They're old for us, but like even like our renditions of the songs now live, to me, have a different take. They have a different sound to them. Just like overall the sound's maturing and things like that.
But any like future releases, like they're definitely not going to be like, I wouldn't say quite as old songs, like probably songs that are finished around about a good couple of them like finished around about sort of like last year, so it's like a more up-to-date reflection of how we sound.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get down.
After like our last venture to recording, like I think we all sort of consider like the function of like each section of a song.
Yeah.
And like how it flows and like how that's perceived by a listener, because like priority, like I suppose we kind of prioritize like keeping the song like as engaging as possible for a listener, whilst carrying a bit of substance as well. But I wouldn't say that we look into the meaning of the songs like too deeply.
I'd say like that whole hooky kind of drawing the listener in thing is more of like a something you think about after you've written it and you've established it as a song that's alright.
It's like when you rework the section and stuff.
It's definitely not something you go into a song, like writing a song and think about. For me anyway, I don't go into it.
I suppose it would feel quite forced if you looked at that.
It comes out very forced,
yeah.
Oh, 'cause I'm still hanging on that reserve, waiting the man in the mirror says I might.
It was just one of those songs that kind of fell out. It was so long ago as well, but what I recall, it was one of those songs that you just kind of sat down and it wrote itself. And it's very dancey, so it was very easy to write. It wasn't like I was sitting like stirring on it for a while or anything. But the song itself went through a lot with the band.
Yeah, I would probably say as well that the kind of like the contrast in mood between like the verses and the choruses kind of like came later on, like down the line.
Yeah,
like,
but its original state was kind of all very dreamy.
Like later last year, probably like sort of like picked up the vibe it has now.
Yeah, which is a cool contrast, to be honest.
It's probably what you need from a song.
It's all you need. It's all you need from a song.
No, it's probably what you need from a song.
The way that you talk and the way that you move, the way that you always.
I would probably say that like having him in has like made us like a lot more cohesive. I'd say actually, yeah, I think it would probably have changed things up, because he's like he's like never afraid to like sort of like, you know, voice his opinion and stuff, which is like very important with like a group of 4 people.
Yeah. The dynamic in the room when we're like writing song or we're you know, working on something is a lot different now. But the overall, like me writing a song and then firing it to use, it's still the same. But
when it comes to like playing it through, jamming it out, that's probably the part the most
so when it comes to like Kyle bringing it to the rest of us, like it feels like a lot more cohesive. With Bilal.
Glue. Like glue.
Red wine and breaking into.
Oh, it's tricky.
What's that? It's a man. It's a man's voice. It's a male voice. What was it the music teacher told me? I can't remember what was it?
I don't know. I'm not in your class.
I don't know, man. It just sounds a bit sad. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I have quite a low voice like, compared to like in like a lot of indie bands. Like if I would try to sing them, I can't sing them because it's down here a lot of the time.
It's pretty smooth, if I may say so.
Smooth, yeah, go with that.
Very
years
accurate.
of refinement.
Yeah, it's hard to say on yourself.
Accurate.
Do you think your vocal tone has changed since the band started? Like compared
Definitely, yeah. It's like it has changed. Before, I don't know. It's just like what happens when like you're kind of like you can hear that a singer is like younger, and then you just kind of start to like mature and stuff, and then
your balls drop.
Aye. And I had my tonsils removed recently as well, and I've noticed that's changed. But I mean, it hasn't changed for the listener. It's changed in the way I feel. But it has changed. But I mean, I'd like to say that I've become a better singer than what I was before. I kind of think about it a lot more than before. I would just kind of like sing whatever because, you know, for the song. But now I kind of think about what I'm doing a bit more.
I've been holding out hope for the best things.
I haven't taken enough risks, in my opinion.
Less.
I'd say more.
Oh.
What kind of risk are you
Like
thinking of?
With like the first 3 singles, they were a lot more like designed to be more like catchy, like straightforward. But I've had like feedback when it came to the newer singles saying that it didn't have the same like catchiness to it. And I guess we're like trying to push it in a different direction where it's not like just your standard like verse chorus or whatever, but it's more like experimental or like trying to head in a different direction.
Just kind of make it musically more interesting.
Like I think we probably knew that it might not do as well as like Get Up, for example, but just putting it out there so that it's also like so people know it's also in the arsenal.
The music side of it is more enjoyable, and that's all that really matters. If you're enjoying it, rather than sitting trying to bang out another,
like
try to do something that's already been done.
It's like trying to milk out the same formula every time.
'Cause I think you're too caught up in what your sister said.
I guess you just kind of manage to get a feel of what the scene's like.
Yeah.
The differences in the scenes between the different cities and.
Because I suppose when you're playing like from like I suppose like your home base like Aberdeen, when you're playing further afield, then you kind of like completely lose the safety net of like your regulars and stuff, and whoever like would probably like always like see you all the time, and it sort of gives you like say like afterwards like it gives you a completely unbiased opinion.
Yeah, I'd say like it makes you like a bit like we're playing a show in Aberdeen and it's like, you know, we know it's gonna be good, we know it's gonna be like pretty packed and like have a good crowd. Yeah, you go to Edinburgh where they're not so well known or whatever, and you kind of you're kind of a bit more isolated, like they're watching you more than they're like starting to pit, you know. So it's a bit more like daunting in that area.
I think makes you like appreciate how much work you've done in your hometown when you go to a different town, and it's like it's almost like you have to start again. But when you come back and play a gig back in the hometown and it's like completely different, you kind of appreciate how much work you've like put in the past couple of years.
And I just wish I could sing these songs better for you. I mean, I tried, that's what counts.
In
Your
a
room. Your room with Deezer.
Probably in a bathroom because you've got really good acoustics in the Thailand.
Yeah, just good reverberance.
Yeah, that's what you
in a
need.
car
Actually,
with a
find the most
speaker,
crowded
please.
place you can and the loudest speaker possible and blare it.
The absorption coefficient of
I
those
see that.
titles
So you can get that
is very
free,
low.
sweet free
Absorption
publicity.
coefficient, I like it. Really reflective. I like it.
An opium den.
Anyway,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, man. Beautiful.